Hello, welcome to the video. I, LK Chaitwika of Dhirubhai Ambani Institute of Information Communication Technology. As per the course curriculum of Element Synthetic Biology, uh, under the guidance of Professor Manish K. Gupta, I have worked on synthetic biology and ICT. How synthetic biology have taken help from ICT to evolve as a major field of technology in the current generation. What synthetic biology is about? We know that it is an increasing requirement in the field that can build on the work in genetics and associated field, and this can be achieved by understanding synthetic biology. A perfect definition is hard to find, but this can be a more generalized form. Synthetic biology focuses on designing and engineering biologically based parts, for example, DNA, new devices and systems by restructuring the present ones and developing the natural systems in biology. In this context of synthetic biology, um, to next level of upcoming engineering, industry, and economy. This can be the easiest and the most frequently used definition constantly. This field is progressing so fast that there is no particular definition that is accepted worldwide. But the similar part of all the explanations or definitions is that the synthetic biology is nothing but engineering the basic components of biology. That is applying the principles in engineering to fundamentals of biology. All the organisms have different set of characteristics and behavior and different images, and these specific characteristics in every person is due to different types of instructions concealed in the DNA, the deoxyribonucleic acid of each organism. These instructions are called as the genetic code of the organism or genome. DNA is actually a molecule which carries genetic code of instruction, which helps in growth of the organism in all forms like functioning, development, and propagation. What is ICT? As we know, ICT stands for Information Communication Technology. Um, it is a technology which acts as a foundation for information and actions evolving it, like processing the information, storing and presenting the information, and also gathering the information. With the development, these actions include combination and communication. So this is the reason why IT has become ICT. Principles of ICT. Technology can't stay in exile. It should have some form. Along in a line of activity, ICT contributes its help at various stages. The ICT is used in various actions, but the use depend on the upon the action. The main outputs of the ICT in terms of education are experience, knowledge, and product. Next, we have developments in information and ICT, developments in information and communication technology. Work done by Shannon on problems in technical and engineering fields within communication industry had left a milestone, and this has become the basement for the evolution, which had occurred because digital computers can work only with sample data, which is very uncommon in real world. Generally, data is continuous, not sampled as required. That is, it exists at all points of time through, throughout the period measured. And then Shannon developed this his sampling theory, which provides a platform in which data can be converted from continuous to sampled form and vice versa without any loss of information. And so it has become the basis for modern information and communication systems. When sampling theory is applied in real world researchers in biology, it results in dealing with huge chunks of data, which demands more and more sophisticated computers for analysis. Like availability, like we know, there is an enormous power utilization, and the availability of computers are the notable areas in development of the measurable techniques that are fundamentals of synthetic biology. Locally available computers do not fix the problem. Rather, we can say that they are incapable of dealing with data mining, and it requires more developed and revolutionary computers to deal with the applications in this area. In this video and the following ones, we are going about a three. We are going in this video and the following ones. We are going to discuss about Wi-Fi, biological microprocess, and DNA-based hard drives. What is biological internet? Uh, well, we'll answer this question after few slides. For now, we'll discuss the origin and basics required for understanding Wi-Fi. Now our first question is it possible to store data in DNA? If possible, how? And the answer for the first one is yes, it's possible. That is, it's possible. DNA is a sublime storage medium, and for the same reason, scientists are finding out new ways to encoding the digital data into DNA. Only 10% of DNA is used in protein framework and the remaining 90% is considered as DNA junk. Now our interest is in this 10% of DNA as this part can be used for storing data and also in communication. Scientists have been using various ways of storing digital data for encoding zeros and ones of digital files using four-letter DNA standard, that is AGTC. We can also include the code and also images in them. Advantages. For storage of digital data, DNA provides us with many advantages. With its features like extreme compactness, high latency, and also with its high ability to retrieve the information fastly from uh, the internal storage, which was a very long back stored, which is very long back stored, and it can be stored from for many years. Like thousands of years under certain conditions. And they also don't get degraded unlike tapes and CDs. Large amounts of data can be stored in DNA, like the total amount of world's data can be stored in a room using DNA. It also provides potential advantages like stability, density, and energy efficiency. Disadvantages. Right now, its disadvantage is its high cost and time for reading and writing data. But this won't stay for a long time because of the advancement of technology. Scientists are also at using modern techniques in programming, that is error detection and addressable blocks at reasonable cost by 5 until now we have learned that the DNA is a ideal storage medium, but now the question is how we can use this in internet. The answer for this question is by 5 biological internet. It is obvious that DNA does not cannot travel in air and definitely not travel long distances like electromagnetic waves. But DNA can now be transmitted between cells in the form of packets. Scientists made it possible to create in real in a petri dish using the using culturing microorganism. That is, they created some random coded messages from cell and information and the information is carried to the other cell. In this petri dish, we can read it. For this, they took the help of virus, which is neutral, called M13 molecular machine, which spreads the bacteria without killing them. Now our interest is how does M13 virus work when it is assigned a job, that is, if given a job like accept the message and deliver it. Uh, in the beginning communication along long distance has been done through different means which took much time. Later in the evolution of new techniques have been developed. In the same way cell to cell communication is done, which is essential for multicellular organisms. There are two types of local communication called direct and indirect communication. Communication happens by converting this signal on cell surface into cellular response. Single channel single channel coupled uploaded to specific message. Single channel couples to specific message but with multiple receivers. Multiple insulated channels which are capable to a specific message. Single channel decoupled from any message. M13 works in this way. Next. Uh, when a virus or bacteria enters in a cell through its host, it first launches the virus and the host is killed. Then the virus, through the cell-to-cell communication, expands in the cells slowly by settling. There are there and sending is renamed to the affected cell, which can either be harmful or normal. Communication through M13 virus. M13 is a carrier of package of genetic messages. Unlike others, it does not kill the host but reproduces in it. It reproduces within the host using out the DNA strands. DNA strands can be controlled and so our DNA messages are encapsulated within the proteins and are wrapped one by one and are sent to infect other cells. Once they find the new host, the packaged DNA messages are released. Why only M13 virus is used? This format of dividing the information into packets resemble the regular internet protocol in which messages are put inside the wrappers and sent into the target address. Here the protocol doesn't care about the message inside it, but only considers about the source and the destination address. Similarly, M13 virus dependent system acts like a wireless internet communication channel which allows cell to send and receive information and it also doesn't consider about the information it stored inside it but just transmits them. Now it is our part to get the information from the system. And so because of this feature, we can send any type of the DNA message we want to the system. Wi-Fi only to handset devices. Uh, our M13 communication system provides intercell connection, and using M13 we can send packets of DNA messages containing 40,000 base pairs through it with a broadcasting range of 7 centimeters, which is very long in the range when we talk in terms of cellular communication. So DNA storage becomes useful to communicate and to get together using handheld devices like smartphones, tablets, etc. using M13 packets. Future scope. In the future, there is scope to have DNA computer networks which does a critical diagnosis inside our body using handheld device of a doctor, and will be sent 2 hours in air, and it can be brought back and sent to medical history of that person stored in the book inside a DNA. Biological internet is in its initial status. In future scope, we can see implementing other programming techniques like parity checks and compression. Advantages. Wi-Fi can be used to produce complex fields from the cuticles and complex 3D programming of cellular systems. M13 increases the complexity and amount of information that can be sent from one cell to another. Unlike the other cells, M13 does not kill its host, but makes itself at home indiscriminately, sending out DNA strand that it reproduces within its host. M13 has a very long range. Thank you.